So the other product that I'm going to talk about today is direct digital amplification. I mentioned the M2, and we also have a C390. So this is kind of son of M2. We've taken the M2 technology. As I mentioned, we've now put that on a chip. We've put it in our Classic Series chassis, so you're not paying the expense of the expensive chassis. So it's more focused on performance and less on looks. We think it still looks nice, but and this combines another technology we have. We call modular design construction. So I'll just kind of walk you through the back panel here. I showed the AC socket because as a digital amplifier, this is very efficient. So we're using much less electricity than we would if it were an AB amplifier, and certainly way more than if it was a Class A. So it is efficient. It's not as cool running as an ice power or some other Class D designs. You will feel there's a bit of warmth to it, but that has to do with the fact that we're running the outputs at such a high frequency all the time. So those outputs are constantly switching at 844K, whether there's a signal present or not. And you do have to have a little bit of, you have to time the overlap a little bit on the output devices to get very low distortion. So it does produce a little bit of warmth. We have two sets of speaker outputs. These are not switchable. It's just to make bi-wiring easy. And then we move over to the control functionality. So this, if you're using an external control system, you can control it with RS-232 serial data, IR ins and outs, 12-volt triggers. So if you want to trigger a subwoofer or something like that, it's all ready to do that. We also have a preamplifier out, which on the M2 we couldn't do because we only had 2 channels. Now we've got the 8-channel chip, so we can take 2 channels to drive the outputs, another 2 channels to drive a preamp out. And it can either be configured as full range or it can be configured as a subwoofer. So this also has an electronic crossover in it that's completely done in digital domain. We have the traditional SPDIF inputs, and again, they're all of the various flavors. So we've got AES, EDU balanced. We also have optical and coaxial. And then we come to the first of our MDC modules. So the next 3 things you see here are actually removable modules. And pass it around. That's the HDMI module. So anything that's digital is prone to change over time. So we've made it possible to do upgrades. And in our AV products, we're now on our 4th generation of upgrades. So we've proven that we actually do the upgrades. We do offer the new technology as it comes available. And this is using a 2496 interface on the USB. This is Gordon Rankin's stream length software stack on the USB. So it's an asynchronous. I don't know if you guys know Gordon Rankin, but he's really big, and he's like the guru in the US. And he's written a very nice software stack that for a moderately priced Texas Instruments chip, a widely available TI chip. And most of the high-end guys out there are using it. So you can pay the same what this amplifier costs to buy an Air, AYRE, Air DAC that uses this input. For us, it's just, we give you that plus the amplifier. I just passed around the HDMI board. So in this case, we've got 3 inputs and 1 output. Very much operates the same way as it did on the M51. And then since this is a pure digital product with no analog circuitry in it, if you want analog, we have to put it in on a board. And so this is the analog input. So this offers both line level in balanced and single-ended, and also a phono input. And then that goes through an A to D converter. And there's some pretty sophisticated circuitry in there. So there's an integrator after the input. The A to D conversion is auto ranging, so we always get the maximum resolution possible and the best signal to noise. So the shield is on there because it being a digital amplifier, there's lots of stuff going on in the box that when you put analog circuitry, it could cause a problem.